In this lesson, we're going to look at what happens when you want to output multiple elements. We have been using one element at a time, such as a paragraph tag, and then in another example, an h1 tag. But what if you want to output multiple elements at once? This is what we're going to learn about in this lesson. First, we'll create a new file called index4.html. After that, we'll go ahead and grab our code again from the index1.html to spare us from typing in everything again and again. We'll then paste that into our empty new file. Go ahead and open up that file in your browser to make sure that everything is operating as expected. Great. Let's head back to the code and we'll begin by focusing on the wrong way to attempt to output multiple elements. Next to our current h1 tag, we'll add an h2 tag with the content, "I hope you have a good day." This looks like valid HTML, but it isn't valid JSX. Let's go ahead and make sure that we have saved our changes and open this up in the browser to see what happens. The result is that we see our text that says React has not rendered yet. This means that our React content was not inserted into the DOM with the ID of app, inserted into the div with the ID of app. So our original text appears. Let's open up the console to see if we can get some help figuring out what went wrong. And here it is. Adjacent JSX elements must be wrapped in an enclosing tag. React is going to only output one element. This has to do with how JSX is rendered into JavaScript. We don't need to fully understand why that is right now. We just need to understand that the law exists. The good news is that this one element can have as many children elements as needed. So let's go into our code and make this work. First, we'll go to the code that didn't work. We'll go ahead and comment it out. You can even delete it if you would like. So let's write some React JSX that only renders one element with the children element that we would like it to have. We'll start with an opening div as our element to output, and within that div, we'll add a child element of an h1 tag with the text hello world. And then we'll add a second h2 tag with the text "I hope you have a great day." Alright, let's make sure we have saved our work and let's open this up in the browser. And the result is that our JSX is rendered to the browser as expected. When we then open up the developer tools, we can take a look at our element. We can see our div as the data React root element. Alright, so the takeaway is just to remember the law. We're able to output one element with as many child elements as you wish. And typically, the easy way to solve this is just to stuff your multiple elements within a parent div element. See you in the next lesson.